Looking for a unique event to attract and retain clients? Do you want an event that people will remember for years to come, particularly one that appeals to both women and men? Have Dr. Kristen Nelson create a one-of-a-kind experience to set your organization apart and bond people to your brand. Through the wellspring of the human-animal bond, people are naturally attracted to animals. Madison Avenue knows this. Think of all the commercials that feature animals. Google knows it too. Google's dog policy is Google's affection for our canine friend is an integral facet of our corporate culture. Think how easy it is to meet people while walking a dog, or how the presence of an animal lowers our blood pressure. Use our innate connection with animals to build an emotional bridge between people and your organization. A member of the American Association of Human-Animal Bond Veterinarians, Dr. Kristen Nelson knows how to wow audiences with wonderful animal stories. From a blind cat named Radar to a friendly pit bull, she entertains and inspires your clients, employees, and donors. She interned at the prestigious Animal Medical Center in New York City and received a commendation from the head of U.S. Customs Service for her care of a drug-sniffing dog. Dr. Nelson's media credits include Ladies' Home Journal, USA Today, the Los Angeles Times, plus radio and television. A cancer survivor, business owner, and speaker, she inspires while focusing on the results you need. Her message is,
when you embrace animals, you improve the love in your life.
As a veterinarian, her delightful and surprising stories make that message stick. Her unique animal stories keep the audience deeply engaged.
So my message for all of you today is if you have to undergo something stressful, send your spouse and your friend to the movies and keep your pet close by.
Dr. Nelson is a fresh speaker. She gives your organization and brand an edge. Her book, Coated with Fur, A Vet's Life, is a thoughtful gift for your audience.
And that came out of a very famous stockbroker study by Dr. Karen Allen. She took 48 brokers who were all on the drug lisinopril to lower their blood pressure, divided them in half, and had one half adopt pets while the other remained petless. Then she measured heart rate and blood pressure before, during, and after a stressful event. And, as we would all guess, when the people with the pets had the lowest blood pressure, they had the smallest increases in blood pressure, and their blood pressures returned to normal more quickly than those without pets. Okay, so now she decided, I want to take my research to the next level. I'm going to study an even more stressed out group of people than the stockbrokers, which in light of our markets might be hard to find. So she studied married couples. Last summer, I was lying in bed with my cat Tigre. He's an orange cat that we adopted from the Humane Society. Someone had tried to kill him by stabbing him. Poor kid. Well, anyway, we went to the Humane Society and he put on a performance like no other. He picked us and that was it, and he came home with us. So I was laying in bed with Tiggs, as I like to call him, and he suddenly started to sniff my body. He started at my arm, worked down to my abdomen, and we got to this spot right here. He let out a loud Then he spent a good deal of time trying to cover it with a sheet. Well, 3 weeks later, I was diagnosed with cancer, and it was right there. I unfortunately had double-hit lymphoma, a very aggressive cancer that required immediate treatment. And the interesting thing was, I was one of the few patients who had my first CAT scan before I got to the hospital.
She is a joy to work with and flexible. Dr. Nelson is a compelling speaker for corporate, nonprofit, women's, cancer, or church audiences. Most people deeply value animals, so her appeal is wide and her message compelling.
When you get home from a day at work or school, who's there to greet you at the door? Oh, no. We'll get to cats in a minute. Dogs. They don't care if you gained weight. They don't care if you got a bad grade on your test. They don't care if your boss yelled at you. They're just happy you're home. And the later you are, the happier they are. What about cats? Well, sometimes. As the saying goes, dogs have owners, cats have staff. which I don't recommend, but that's what they let her do. And so she'll come to the front door and paw, and he gets up and lets her in. And he's an attorney, and he lets her in. And then she walks to the back door and she cries again, and then he opens it because she wants the shortcut.
Hello, I'm Nancy McCutcheon with the Virginia G. Piper Cancer Center, and we were very thrilled to have Dr. Nelson here today. We had this is probably the 10th Survivorship Day event here at the Virginia G. Piper Cancer Center, and we had over 125 people here, and the feedback was phenomenal. We had people that said, you know, her message changed my life, it touched my heart, and how she connects with the animals and shared that with us was just rewarding. And so we are really fortunate and blessed to have had her here today, and I hope she comes back many more times. Thank you so much.
As you can tell, I'm passionate about animals. I'm looking forward to meeting you and working with other animal lovers as we explore the wonders of the human-animal bond.